All right. Very good. Okay, April the 12th, Bible Questions with Pastor Kent Hovind. Pastor Kent Hovind, the first question that we have is from a gentleman that I know, and he'll remain anonymous. And he's concerned or expressed concerns about stories in the Bible that have to do with Lot and incest with his daughters. Like, what lesson is expected to be learned from even including, why would God even allow such a story to be included in the Bible about Lot having incest with his daughters? And as a follow-up to that, I think it was Lot's wife, where God says, don't look back when he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, but she did look back, and he just changed her to a pillar of salt. And it's like, why would God be so harsh? And yet, at the same time, God chose a murderer, Moses, right? He killed an Egyptian to lead his people out of Israel. So, I guess any thoughts about like why God is harsh? Seems like he's harsh to some people, but other people he doesn't seem to be as harsh. And why would he include stories about Lot having incest with his daughters? What lessons are expected to be learned from those? And I think it's coming from a gentleman who genuinely is questioning these stories in the Bible and trying to understand it more.
Okay, very good questions. The Bible accurately records what people did. It doesn't try to sugarcoat it. It tells the story of King David and his adultery and his murder. It just simply tells the story. So I think maybe as a warning that God is keeping careful records, and everything you're doing is going to also be well known one day to the whole universe, unless, of course, the blood of Christ covers it. I think the issue with Lot and his daughters, though, is important for a couple of reasons. There are two groups of people, the Moabites and the Ammonites, that cause trouble for the children of Israel all through the Bible. I mean, it's just a constant theme for centuries. Where did these people come from? Okay, well, the Bible explains it in really just a short story, one chapter. It explains the whole story, so now everybody can know where did these people come from. I think most groups or nationalities or people groups, you want to know their history. Where do the Norwegians come from? What about the Celts in England? And what's the history of England? And who came in and who started what? And how was Iceland inhabited? Or what about America? We have whole books on American history. Where do the Cherokee Indians come from? What's their history? So I think there's certainly the historical value of who are these Moabites and who are these Ammonites. So that would be, I think, important for that reason. Secondly, I think as a warning that God is keeping careful records on everything, and to show the great sermons in the story, the many good sermons. For instance, God had specifically said to Abraham, "Get away from your country and from your kindred." Abraham did not completely follow and carefully follow God's instructions, and it ruined Lot's life and caused trouble for Israel for many, many centuries. Disobedience to God is costly. Jesus saw the disciples fishing, and he said, "Hey guys, let down the nets." N-E-T-S. Peter said, "We've been fishing all night. We haven't caught anything. Nevertheless, I will let down the net." N-E-T. And he let down the net, and the net broke. And I'm sure as they sat there sewing the net up for the next couple days, Peter's thinking, I should have listened carefully to what Jesus said, and I wouldn't have this problem. Most of the time, there's a fabulous lesson there. Most of the problems we have is from not carefully listening to what Dad says. The Heavenly Father. Do exactly what he says. So I think the Lot story would also carry that important lesson that Abraham was told to leave his family, and he didn't obey completely. He did go to the move to the Holy Land, but he didn't leave Lot behind. Lot could have been a wonderful father and had a wonderful family and stayed right where he was. He should not have even been there. As far as his wife turning around and becoming a pillar of salt, it might be some kind of nuclear reaction. I mean, if she's looking at whatever God did to Sodom and Gomorrah.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Maybe seeing that, maybe it's a radiation thing. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe it's miraculous. I don't know. But did it kill her? Did she become a pillar of salt instantly, or did this take years? And I don't know. It doesn't say. So I don't have my Bible here to see. Does it say God made her into a pillar of salt, or she became a pillar of salt? So there may not be a problem with the story at all. It might be a natural thing out there in that lower desert where she was. By the Dead Sea, which is salt all over that place. Yeah, sorry, I can't give any more information on insight on that one.
No, very good, Pastor Hovind. You're welcome to call back if you have time, sir.
Okay.
All right, very good. All right, that's Pastor Hovind, and we're going to continue Bible questions with him. If you have creation, evolution, Bible questions, RUDDAVIS @yahoo.com.